administration is doing nothing about it, or very little about it, until finally they get kind of shamed into it.
Andy talked a bit more about the institutional capture of some of our universities.
I was on the UCLA campus when they took down that encampment and interviewed Jewish students getting encircled on campus by these pro-Palestinian students. They would link arms and make circles around. They'd block them where they couldn't go to their classes. They were shoving them, pushing them, assaulting them, tearing their books away from them, and putting up all these banners, death to Jews, drawing stars of David on the ground, stomp here to kill a Jew, just all of these things that are intimidation. And administration is doing nothing about it, or very little about it, until finally they get kind of shamed into it. And my problem is these administrators and faculty members, some of them are right in there with them, in the encampments and the demonstrations with them, but they're not teaching critical thinking. They're not teaching these kids to say, wait a minute, where are you from? I don't know you, and how does this make sense? Let's unpack this and see what it is you're asking me to support. Why is that not being taught?
Because there's been institutional capture of American universities. This has been a long-time project of the far left. Many of the radical revolutionary terrorists of the 60s and 70s, after they were convicted and spent time in prison for their organized crimes, went on to become academics and continue to be in academia.
All right, so I know you've heard that sort of thing before. It's important that now that type of thing is getting to Dr. Phil's audience. This idea of institutional capture, that you got to give the left credit. You may hate what they've done, but you got to give them credit for doing it. For decades and decades, they put far left communists and Marxists and anarchists and the rest of it. They put them in positions of power, not only teaching kids, but in the administration. And now we are just seeing the fruits of it, right? That's why if you really think about what we've seen over the last couple months, as horrifically shocking as it is, it shouldn't be that surprising. Like seeing it, actually granularly seeing it, and all the awful things that they're doing and not letting Jewish students or professors on campus and burning the American flag. Like it's shocking to an extent when you see it, but it shouldn't surprise you that much because it's just the next obvious extension of what these people have sold.